Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. I'm Scott. This guy here is Tito. You're watching Tito the African Gray. Tito's doing great. A few updates on him. He is learning stuff every day, new stuff every day. He's learning new words, I should say. And this week, he is stuck on saying the word rubs. He says it 3 times. He says rubs, rubs, rubs. And he does that because he got that from when I go to rub his head. He'll put his head down and I'll say rubs, rubs, rubs. And he'll put his head down and he'll let me rub his head. So, but I wanted to do this video today. Quick update from my previous video. My wife and I went to the Exotic Bird Expo down in Lawrenceville, Georgia. In that video, I talked about getting Tito a friend, maybe possibly get another parrot. And I show several birds in that video that I looked at, several macaws, which I'm thinking of a macaw. And I didn't get another parrot. And I've decided not to get another parrot just yet. Not to say in the future we might, but right now we're holding off on that. And there's several reasons for that. One main reason, it's an investment. It's an expensive investment. Those birds weren't cheap. They were good prices, but they weren't cheap. The cheapest macaw they were selling down there was $2,000, and we couldn't even hold them because the guy said they weren't very tame. So that was the cheapest. I did see the scarlet macaw. If you haven't seen the video, go back and watch that video of us at the expo. The scarlet macaw was 7 years old, which is not that old for a macaw because they do live a long time, so that's relatively young. It was a beautiful bird. I really liked him a lot. I forget the exact price. Again, it's on the video. There was a baby 4-month-old blue and gold macaw that was, again, 4 months old. Very young bird. Very trainable. That would have probably been the one I would have chose if I did choose to buy one that day. There was a blue-throated macaw, which I absolutely loved. And it really nice bird. I forget how old that bird was, but I think that one was like $6,500. So that's a little bit of money there. That's an expensive bird. I mean, price is good for a blue-throated because they are classified as highly endangered species. There's only 300 of them live in the wild. There's roughly 1,000 is what my research showed me in captivity. They do well in captivity, but macaws are very loud birds. They are a lot more to maintain. They are messier than Tito here. They go through a lot of toys, so that's an expense you got to think about. That's additional vet bills because I'd have Tito, then I'd have the macaw. And unless you cut their nails, trim the nails and their wings and do their beaks yourself, you'll find yourself visiting the vet roughly every three months or so, because that's about the time it takes Tito's nails to grow to where they're piercing skin. So, and then the other factor for me was that those birds, they were very, very nice birds. They seemed relatively tame, the ones that I held. Again, they're not in their normal environment. They're put on display. They're at the Exotic Bird Expo. There's many birds, lots of noise, people coming by, people holding them, people putting them down, people poking at them. So a lot of those birds were nervous, so they were not acting like they normally would as if you had them at home. Chances are you get them home and you may see a totally different bird. They may be loud, they may not be as tame as you thought they were. They may show an aggression. You just don't really know what you're getting. What I would have liked to do is spend more time with them after the expo, go down, see the breeder or the seller, and spend a little bit of time with the bird and see his environment that he's raised in, and so on and so forth. And you get my point. But bringing home a big bird like that is a lot to take on and a lot to consider. And that's what I did. I went about it reasonably. I looked at them. I thought about it. I've given it a couple of days, thought about it. And my other conclusion was, I don't know how Tito and a macaw are going to interact when they get together. Because they're not, birds of the same feather fly together. Well, they're not the same. They come from different areas. They're different personalities. They may get along, they may not get along, and a macaw could seriously injure Tito, if not kill him. So I had to put that into play too when I think about getting a macaw. So right now I think I'm going to put it off. I'm not going to get another bird. We're happy with Tito. Tito gives us plenty of enjoyment, plenty of entertainment. And I just don't want to see nothing happen to Tito. I want to see him get jealous. I don't want to see his demeanor change by having another bird in the house. So we're going to hold off on that for right now. But I get asked a lot. Common question I get asked a lot is, does Tito bite? And the answer to that question is yes, Tito does bite. He will bite and he can bite. And most likely, I'll probably get bit. I already have. And simple reason is, this is not biting. This is not biting. This is Tito just feeling my finger and trying to figure out what do you want. That's all he's doing. Now, there's several reasons why a person will get bit by their bird or a parrot. And there's several factors involved. Number one, if you get a bird that's been abused, and say the person that owned it was male and they abused the bird, that can make a bird not like men. And same for females, can make a bird not like females. But the main thing is with parrots, you got to know the bird. You got to know their body language. You got to read the situation. Chances are you're getting bit because you're misreading the bird in his body language. And that's a huge part of it. Now Tito here, as you can see, Tito is stepping up on 1 foot while I hold him. And he's chewing his nails. At least he was a second ago. And he's looking around real curious. See, there he goes. He's chewing his nail. That's the body language saying, I'm nervous. I don't really know what's happening right now. He doesn't understand the camera. He doesn't understand that I'm sitting here talking and there's nobody in the room with me. And he's nervous. He's trying to figure out, what are we doing here? Why are we doing this? So right now, will he bite me? No. He's just nervous. And a lot of times, you got to read their language. If they're in their cage and they cowered away from you and they put distance between you and them, like they back up into the cage as you're reaching in, try to get them out, that's a sign right there. They don't want to be messed with. Let them be. Back away, leave the door open, allow the bird to come out on its own terms. Once it does that, then maybe you could go up and it'll step up on your hand better. You got to consider the cage is their safe zone. If you're forcing them out of their safe zone, they're going to fight you, they're going to resist, and you're probably going to get bit. The other reason getting bit right now, he's on my shoulder. They take to the highest spots. Parrots will go to the highest spots, top of their cage, top of their tree. Shoulder is a height spot. And you can see there, as I reach up to him, now Tito right now is telling me to rub his head. That's what he's doing right now. But see this? He's doing that because he doesn't know what's going on. He kind of understands, hey, he's gonna rub my head. Then he doesn't know exactly what's going on. He's nervous. Will he bite me? No. Tito not biting me. He's used to this. We do this a lot. He'll let me rub his head. Once he figures it out, hey, that's what he wants to do. That's what I want. He's calm. He lets me rub his head. But if I'm aggressive about it, if I just go at him with my hand, yeah, he might bite. For a simple fact that he's got the height advantage right now. He's up on my shoulder. I don't have a good sight on him. I can see him out of the peripherals. I can see him in the camera that he's on my shoulder. But he's got the advantage when it comes to, for me to do something with him. He's up high, just like on top of his cage. He has the advantage. Usually if you have a tall cage like Tito has, when he's on top of that cage, he's above me. So for reaching up at him, now Tito will step up and step down, from his cage, no problem for me. But other parrots, and I'm talking about other parrots in general, if you get a bird that does not understand situation, doesn't want to be bothered, and he's on top of his cage, then that's where he's comfortable. And throughout working with him, he'll gradually get used to you. You got to work with your bird, but you got to know the bird's language, just as like training. When you're doing training sessions with your bird, you got to keep it. The training sessions need to be short in time and time frame, to where you can get across to the bird what you're trying to teach him to do. The bird can understand it. But if you do it too long, the bird eventually gets bored with it, gets aggravated, doesn't want to train anymore. Then you start getting those body signs and language from the parrot that, I'm done, I don't want to be messed with. Now you're trying to force me to do something I don't want to do, and you're going to get bit. And that's why you get bit. You got to understand your bird. You got to understand what demeanor they're in. Like if Tito here doesn't get enough sleep at night, first thing in the morning, usually in the morning hours, he's grumpy, and he'll let you know it. He don't want to be bothered. Midday, Tito likes to take his naps. So I'll put him in his cage, go about my business. I look over and I'll see Tito actually napping. It's just his routine. You got to know your bird's routine. I know Tito's routine in the morning. He's ready for his breakfast. He's waiting for it patiently. I get it. I get the breakfast for him. Then I give him an hour and a half to sit there and enjoy his vegetables and kind of wake up and start his day. Just like you or me. He's got to get up and start his day. Huh. Yeah. But like right now, he's on my shoulder. He's comfortable. He's safe. This is his safe perch. He's relaxed. He's wanting some lovin's. So we give him little head rubs. But you gotta know your bird's body language. Tito, obviously, last night he had a good night's sleep. He's comfortable today. He's relaxed. And now he just wants affection. He wants to spend time out with Dad. And so that's what we're going to do. But know your bird's body language, and it will tell you a lot. If you read your bird's body language the correct way, you'll know when he wants interaction with you, when he wants his own time. There's nothing wrong with putting your bird in his cage and giving him some downtime and letting him just relax in his cage. Nothing wrong with that, as long as he's got water and, sufficient pellets, and sufficient toys to keep him occupied, and a big enough cage. It's more than suitable for letting them stay in their cage a little bit, some quiet time, alone time. As well as, make sure to take him out during the day and let him get his exercise and his interaction. The more you handle your bird, the more you work with your bird, the more you just all around spend time with the bird out of his cage, the more this happens. The more they just love on you and they get attached and they bond with you. And eventually the biting will probably cease to ever happen to you because your bird gets to know you. But again, you got to read your bird's body language. If I grab Tito by the back, whatever, and I try to lay him on his back in my hand, I'd probably end up getting bit, because I know Tito, he don't like that. And we're not going to do that. So I don't try to do those things with my bird. Tito gets his treats. When I train Tito, I don't train Tito with treats. I train him through praise, through giving him a lot of praise and head rubs. Because that way, when in the future, when I want him to do something and I don't have a treat available, he'll do it. A lot of people like to train their birds with treats. Nothing wrong with that. I just prefer to give Tito his treats occasionally. We're sitting and relaxing, and it seems to work for us. But know your bird's body language, and chances of getting bit are probably going to slim down a lot. If you got an aggressive bird, just be patient. Just work with them. Let the bird come to you. Work with the bird. Let them get used to you. Start letting them touch your finger. Say touch. You know, and they won't bite. They're just going to feel it. Then eventually, you'll let me rub your head, huh? Yeah. See? See, y'all? Most birds will eventually bond with you and calm down and get used to you. If you just work with them, be patient, work with the bird, know what your bird is trying to tell you, read his body language, and you'll be just fine. I hope this video helps you out, gives you some tips on how to work with your bird, knowing your bird, and possibly save your fingers from getting bit. Tito's not looking to bite me right now, I'll tell you that. He's just loving this. But some other news for the channel. I do have merchandise. I'm wearing the shirt right now, Tito the African Gray shirt with the African continent in the background. All the merch is available. It's in the description of this video. It's in the description of the channel. Feel free to click on that. I have merchandise for not only Tito, but other parrots, and just bird lovers in general. You can find something there for everybody. The shirts are really well made, nice quality, comfortable. I got the hats in the other day. The hats are good quality. I really like the hats. Coffee mugs, again, coffee mugs are good quality. I like them. What else? That's pretty much it. Got some merch. Got more videos coming. If you're new here, appreciate you joining us. Feel free to hit that subscribe button and that like button for more videos with Tito. And we post just about every day, so there'll be something on there just about every day for anything you might need, tips, care, or just overall relaxing and enjoying watching Tito interact with us and Tito talk. So that's all it takes, y'all. Read your parrot's body language, get to know your bird, and I think you'll find working with your bird will become a lot easier, and you'll have less instances where you get bit. Again, I'm Scott, this is Tito, and you're watching Tito the African Gray. Thanks for watching.